guys, welcome to Lex Alexis for another live stream for today. Rotherham versus Blackpool. Not done a watch along for either one of these teams yet. I am very excited and intrigued more than anything to see what is going to happen with this matchup. I'm just starting to get the match sorted now. It's only just occurred to me I need the red button for this one. Charlie, welcome to the stream. Thunderbolt, welcome to the stream. David says, let's do Millwall QPR instead. I mean, I've done Millwall already this season. I want to do QPR at some point, and I will do them at some point, because they are an intriguing team to me this year. Let's find Rotherham and Blackpool right at the bottom. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be the bottom tier in terms of entertaining games. Coverage will start at 7:40, right? Well, we're actually so early. We've not got coverage yet. So we've got 10 minutes to kill to start talking, to start previewing all the games for tonight, to go through the current Champions League games. There's a lot of football tonight. You know, maybe not, well, yeah, definitely not as much as yesterday for the fact we had League One and League Two as well. But it is still plenty to go on about. Harry, welcome to the stream as well. York up in 7th. Yeah, last minute winner, I think it was. Great win for York City as they continue to have a great season. Okay, so I'm just going to plug the channel first as a little, well, I mean, I should really, it is my own channel. If you guys continuously enjoy what you see and you want to see more from me, please smash the like button. We didn't quite make it to 20 likes before the stream starts, but 13 likes is still relatively good. I'm just going to unpin and, in fact, actually, I'll remove my message actually. And I'll post a new one in, or unless any of you guys have got any better suggestions what to pin as well. So guys, if you've not liked the stream, please do smash that like button. It really does help the growth of this channel. We're on 13 likes at the moment. In terms of subs, in case anyone is intrigued about how we're doing, and I say we because this is our channel as well. You know I'm kind of lead from the front, but you guys, without you, you know, this would have been possible. We're on 14.53 at the moment, 2 away from 14.55, which I think would be brilliant for the channel today. 14.60 will be a great achievement, and in fact 14.500 will mean a halfway point to 2,000 subs, which is absolutely incredible. So this beard will also be going if we hit 2,000 subs as well. So guys, if you've not hit that subscribe button, please do that. I was going to say you could even donate if you like, but Charlie has already set the scene here. Welcome to the York City, to the EFL people. Wow. Thank you, Charlie. I was not expecting this today. Thank you so much. Honestly, up there for one of the highest donations I've got. I mean, Charlie, Black Jack's one's going to be unprecedented godlike, but this is still a really big donation considering what I get. Thank you so much, Charlie. Legend. That's why you are considered as my assistant in a way. You know, I kind of would have looked at Giddy Fry being my assistant, but he's been a bit MIA, a bit socially. But thank you, Charlie, for the support you've given me over pretty much since the start of my channel. You probably would have bumped into my content when I've only made 10 videos as well. And barely cracking over 100 subs as well, which is incredible too. Okay, so Seb, welcome to the stream as well. Harry Wood says, brilliant win for Blackburn. Yes, indeed, a brilliant 2-0 win over Watford. Does it mean there's going to be pressure on Rob Edwards now? I always nearly call him Rick Edwards because he always looks like Rick Edwards, and he really does have a lookalike there. But lo and behold, he's actually not Rick Edwards. We have got 9 minutes till Rotherham and Blackpool kick off. We've got 4 minutes before we're actually going to get some coverage. In the meantime, let's start talking through some teams. Johansson and goal with Wes Harding, Richard Wood and Grant Hall. That same back three has really been used for a lot of this season. Barlaser in that defensive mid position, you would dare say. Bramall's making a start, and I'm pleased for Cohen Bramall that he's now starting to get some consistent minutes. Ben Wiles, always a great player. Rathbone, Norton Cuffy, and the front two of Washington and Ogbene. You know, I tell you what, for the players that they lost, the likes of Ladapo, the likes of Igweke, you know, those two players, big influential players. And right now, it's like that. They're not missing them whatsoever. Blackpool's team looks like this. We've got Grimshaw, you've got Forniley, Akipta, You've got Reece Williams there. Gabriel with Thompson as the wing backs, with Connolly and Dougal in the midfield too. And the front three, you've got Corbin, who's had a brilliant season so far. Jerry Yates, who's not been too reliable yet, but he has definitely been a bigger impact for what I can say from last season. And Ian Poveda, one of the new signings that Blackpool have got in from Leeds United. Benches look like this. You've got Vickers, Humphreys, McCart, Skohai, Jamie Lindsay, Bowler, and Georgie Kelly. That's probably the one criticism I'll say about the bench for Rotherham. I don't think their squad is very big, if that makes sense. Blackpool's bench, you've got Maxwell, Husband, Wright, CJ Hamilton, Sonny Carey, Charlie Patino, and Shane Lavery. You see, in contrast, Blackpool's bench on paper, I think, has got some real quality. So I definitely think, in terms of the prediction, I believe I went for a Rotherham win. I think I said 2-1 Rotherham, but I do think it's going to be a very close game still. I'm going to literally have to check on Ben's video to see what I predicted. I said 1-0 Rotherham. Okay, I didn't say many goals. I thought I said 2-1 actually. Okay, so those are the lineups there. We might as well, in the meantime, talk about through the other games as well. Let's look at Luton Coventry first. There's 2 8 p.m. kickoffs. I didn't realise. I completely forgot about that. Luton Coventry. Luton and both Coventry not doing well in terms of their position of the table. Luton squad, you've got Horvath, Bradley, Osho, James Bree, Cornick, Freeman, Jordan Clark, Dan Potts, Alan Campbell, Morris, and Fred Onyedema. So no Corley Woodrow. He is on the bench. And no Adebayo, which is surprising too. Here's Jerome, Amari Bell, Lansbury, Lockyer, and Matt Macy. Coventry's team, you've got Ben Wilson, Callum Doyle, Carl McFadden, Michael Rose, Dabo, you've got Bidwell, Allen, Hamer, Sheaf, still no O'Hare, and you've got Matt Godden and Victor Gyökeres. They are playing together up front. Simon Moore, Panzo, Eccles, Burrows, Casey Palmer, Raghorn, and Tyler Walker all on the bench. Here's Millwall QPR, a London derby. You've got Bill Kowski, Murray Wallace, Jake Cooper, Charlie Cresswell. You're back for 4. Shackleton and Callum Stiles. I tell you what, that's a really good wing-back partnership there. You've got George Saville, Billy Mitchell as midfield 2. Vogelsammer, brilliant name to say. Tom Bradshaw and Zian Fleming. A couple of the new faces. I say new faces, the new signings going into this team. You've got McNamara, Scott Malone, George Evans, Bury, Afobe, and George Honeyman. For QPR, you have got Senny Dieng, Kenneth Powell, Jimmy Dunn, Leon Balogun and Ethan Laird are almost entirely new back 4. Stephen Johansson, Sam Field, Tim Orebegunyam, I can't say that name. I'm not even going to try to say it again. Ilias Chair, Chris Willock, and Tyler Roberts. That's a really dangerous front 3. Right, we've got coverage now of Rotherham and Blackpool. I've not got any audio. Is there any commentary? Well, they've got the procession flags going up, assuming that they're going to do a big procession. I think every... there is commentary, but it's very quiet. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to turn it up whilst going through all these games again. Right, let's look at Norwich and Bristol City very quickly. Got Tim Krul, Sam Byron, Grant Hanley, Omar Babadeli with Max Aarons, Nunez, Kenny McLean, Todd Cantwell, Aaron Ramsey, Josh Sargent, and Timu Pukki. Looks like Dean Smith has found a way to get all of those attacking players to play together, which was my biggest concern, honestly. With Bristol City, in fact, actually, let's look at the bench quickly. McGovern, Gibson, Kieran Dow, Gabriel Sara, Honor Hernandez, Daniel Sinani, and Jordan Hugo. For Bristol City, you have got Naki Wells, Tom Conway, Andre Vyman, Mark Sykes, Matt James, Alex Scott, Jay De Silva, Rob Atkinson, Cal Naismith, Zach Vine, and Dan Bentley. Max O'Leary, George Tanner, Joe Williams, Andy Keane, Hanno Mansengo, Chris Martin, and Antoine Semenyo on the bench. And we've gone through all the 7:45 games. Right, let's quickly go through the 8 p.m s. I was thinking of doing Reading Sunderland, but I've changed my mind last minute. With their squad, you've got Lumley, McIntyre, Sam Hutchison, Tom Holmes, Yeardham, Hendrick, Lewam, Forna, Junior Hoylett with Tommins and Lucas Jow up front. Buzanis, Rahman, Walker, Craig. What's it with the difficult names? I can't say that. Abrafa and Yaku Mete. Sunderland, you've got Anthony Patterson, Joshua Alese, you've got Danny Batch, Luke O'Nien, Gooch, Dan Neal, Corey Evans, Jack Clark, Alice Pritchard, Patrick Roberts, and Ellis Sims. Still no Ross Stewart, of course. Bases on the bench with Embleton, Dejaku, Hume, Matete, Bennett, and Amad Diallo. Finally, West Brom and Birmingham. You've got David Button in the back there. You've got Connor Townsend, Darryl O'Shea, Carl Barley, Garner Hickman. You've got Malumbai, Yoksulu, Grady Dean Garner, John Swift, Jed Wallace, and Carlin Grant. On the bench, you've got Palmer, Peters, brand new signing, Eric Peters actually, Dino Furlong, Jane Livermore, Adam Reach, Brandon Thomas Asante, and Matt Phillips. No sign of their new signing, Rogic, which they got from Celtic. John Ruddy still in goal for Birmingham. You've got Trusty, Mark Roberts, Dean Sanderson, Maxine Colan, Christian Billick, Tahith Chong, Josh Williams Jr., Bakuna, Scott Hogan, and Troy Deeney. So those are pretty much all of the lineups covered. Jack Dakin says hi, and he says Albion will win. Well, but you feel like they really do need to pick up some points. They're only 1 point above the relegation zone, West Brom, at the moment. Pervade a party. Please keep an eye on Aubameyang's home debut. I will be keeping close eyes on the Champions League games. I will preview them in a minute. But what I am going to quickly do is just to check if there's any more predictions that I may have missed. A couple of you trying to change your predictions, which a bit sneaky of you guys, but I have been able to suss them out a little bit. For what I can see, there's no new comments at all. That's latest comments. No one's commented new predictions. Right, okay, I think we've got everyone. What's my opinion on Bruce? Is his job in trouble if he doesn't get a win soon? I mean, is it going to be an international break after this one? I don't know when. Is it? I think it's supposed to be scheduled after Saturday's game, but it's the international break. Need to check on that. But if so, if West Brom don't win their next two, if they don't win their next two, then yeah, I think Steve Bruce's position will have to be considered, which surprises me, to be honest, because West Brom have actually got the best XG out of everyone in the Championship, but they've really struggled to convert their goals. They've had the same problem last year. They've just been so incredibly wasteful in front of goal. Right, minute silence about to start. We're about to hear God Save the King as well. Oh, I forgot Chelsea playing Liverpool on Sunday. Great. I'm not looking forward to that. So, I mean, this thing is quiet enough. It's almost no point having it. Yeah, it is international break after Sunday. West Brom, if they don't win their next two games, I think Steve Bruce is in trouble personally. Who do West Brom have in the weekend? That's another question. Ben Wales asks, how have I been doing? I've been doing all right, thank you. How have you been doing? Can I please see who West Brom are playing? Norwich. Ooh, okay. Must beat Birmingham for me then. Norwich, I think, will be a bit of a tricky test for them. If you wonder why I'm talking a bit quiet, it's supposed to be in a minute's silence now. They're just announcing it. 4 viewers here. If you guys have not liked the stream, please do so. It does really help the growth of this channel if you've not done so. Let's try and get more than 20 likes, because I think we only got 20 likes with Preston and Burnley last time. So if we can try and get... Okay, we've made it to 15, which is fantastic. 16, actually. So guys, if you've not smashed that like button, please do so. It really does help the growth of this channel when you do that. If you've not hit the subscribe button, that also really helps the growth of this channel as well. Yeah, on 1,453. So guys, we're doing really well with subs at the moment. Not a Friday game actually. I believe they're all Saturday games actually, Charlie. William, welcome to the stream. If you're wondering why I'm talking a bit quietly, it's supposed to be in a minute's silence, and I'll give my respect of talking in a quiet manner. Rotherham to win, says William. David says QPR to win. Nice to see all your predictions now. We're not going to have Russell Watson singing God Save the King this time, but I hope it's going to be as moving. Here we go, drums coming in. It's really quiet. It's not the singing, it's for some reason they don't have a really good mic in the stream. Bum 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 bum. Great harmony there. I still can't get used to it's not Queen anymore. It literally, subconsciously, we say Queen every time we hear the national anthem, but we got to adapt for the very, very first time in our lifetime, at least. It's now God Save the King. Right, that is the song done. I wasn't going to sing it this time. Last time I tried to sing God Save the King, Russell Watson completely showed me up and just went 2 octaves higher. So didn't bother to sing it this time, but I am still keeping my respects with wearing black. Not too bad, just watching the game and doing some work. Thought I'd come in and listen to the stream. Thank you, Ben. Are you listening to the stream and doing some like homework and stuff like that? If that's the case, then fair play to you. I'm hoping not going to be too much of a distraction there. Okay, I need to actually replace my pinned comment. Has anyone got any suggestions to what to replace with the pinned comment right now? I'm always tempted to put Charlie's Your comment as the pinned comment right now. David Wagner's having a party, says Thunderbolt. Yeah, David Wagner is the favourite to get the Huddersfield position because Danny Schofield has indeed left the club. Minners 2, Donkey Lashes 1. Rotherham have had a really good home record though. They're still unbeaten at home this season. Very few teams have managed to get points at a New York stadium. Taking the knee now as well. Oh, I'm not going to get the time already. I've just remembered that I've not done that yet. Right, so they've done all of that. And bang, here we go. So, first half of the 7:45 kickoffs has just taken place. Blackpool are wearing in their away kit. You know, their like navy blue and orange kit. So they're playing their away kit. Rotherham, of course, playing in their home kit in red. Scarberley love West Brom. Yeah, they kind of do, to be honest. But yeah, West Brom are live tonight. They are live on West Brom. They play Birmingham live on Sky Sport Football. And I didn't personally want to watch West Brom Birmingham as a live game. Charlie, you are an absolute legend. £2 for the Queen. Rest in peace. Great message. Thank you, Charlie. You've already donated 10 quid to the stream. Thank you so much, man. That's like... I feel like that's a very similar price of it. It is over the price that you get like to get a sausage roll or anywhere in around in Ipswich. I'll tell you that. Thank you guys so much. Right, so we're a minute in. Still 0-0, obviously. Rotherham with a win could go. Let's actually see what Rotherham can achieve if they win this game here. And guys, I will trust you guys being good video printers for me. So Rotherham, if they pick up a win today, they could be ahead of Watford. Actually, in fact, no, they will. They will be ahead of Watford. Do you know what's really nice? I'm already hearing people continue singing "God Save the King," "God Save the King" whilst they're playing, which I think is a really nice gesture, and it just demonstrates it more that I think football should have gone ahead, really. You know, I mean, the thing is that if they were going to cancel things, they should have cancelled everything. And I think it's just the lack of consistency is just what's frustrating. Oh, Ian Pervader getting into the box right now. Good bit of skill. Volley! Oh! Ooh! Wow. Must have taken a big deflection. That was a brilliant volley. That took me by surprise. I didn't think that they would shoot from there. Callum Connolly, calm down. That level of technique is scary. Fancy buying FIFA 23. I'm not in a hurry to get FIFA 23, to be honest. I think that I'm working now. It's just more difficult for me to play it, FIFA in general, really. This is the first time... Oh, chance! Oh, gosh, again! That's 2 big chances for Blackpool already. Both from Callum Connolly. Wow. He's had a volley deflected just wide, and he's had a header literally inches wide of the post. What a start this is for Blackpool. Blackpool really probably should have scored one of those goals there. We've got a goal at Kenilworth Road. Luton are 1-0 up against Coventry. Carlton Morris continues to down the sorrows of Coventry. I tell you what, if Coventry are only on 1 point by the international break, I would be scared to be Mark Robbins. I wouldn't have his inbox open. Chance for Blackpool again. I tell you what, Blackpool have had a really quick start here. That's a save now by Johansson. Jerry Yates kind of withering his way just inside the D with a shot, not powerful enough, but it's an easy save for Johansson. Harry's Cornick's ball isn't cleared and Morris volleys it in. Thank you for giving me an insight for goals. You must be watching the soccer special. Right. Red button's alright, although quite laggy, so I am just about making out what's going on in this game. But telling you this, Rotherham have not been out of their half yet. Blue Terrier is pleased that Schofield's gone. I just don't think it was ever the right move. I don't think it was the right time for him to step with a responsibility like this, especially with a team depleted of their best players. You know, and that's what happens when you've got an overperforming team. And it really does give me very similar vibes to what Barnsley had last year. I hate to say it. But now it's just important of getting the right man in. I think they have made a decision quicker than what Barnsley did with Shop. But it's very, very crucial now. In fact, no, it's probably similar. Would it be similar times, potentially? No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't have been recent times. No, I think they did stick with Shop a little bit longer there. But now it's really important getting this next deal right. Looks like David Wagner's first choice, and Michael Carrick is plan B. Wow. Ben Bloom is finally employed for Soccer Special. I think I know the joke in there. I think like we may have a certain man from High Wycombe commentating then, but great joke there. Since when did Schofield get the sack? Didn't know that. Yeah, got sacked today. Only 69 days in charge at Huddersfield. Only 9 games, competitive games at least, managed in Huddersfield as well. Just once again, just was an opportunity taken too soon, personally. Long ball going in for Rotherham, but headed away. And I think it was offside anyway. Michael Carrick would be interesting for a first team manager, but I think that's a bit of a risk, personally. I think, personally, even David Wagner, I think is a bit of a risk, to be honest. You know, he's gone away, he's done so many things for his own career. I think, did he recently leave Young Boys? And now, you know, he's unemployed. Honestly, it would feel like a reunion, but is that kind of like a sentimental appointment rather than the best logical appointment, maybe? It's like having Ben Pearson on my YouTube and Ben Bloom on my telly. Well, there you go. There you go. Pin that comment. Huddersfield should go for Alex Neil. He must be due to leave Stoke. Oh my god. I think people are saying that Alex Neil has no loyalty. I think the difference is with Stoke. I think they are one of the financially strongest teams of the Championship. So unfortunately, while Sunderland are financially a little bit strong as well, they've not got as big of a revenue as what Stoke are going to have at the moment, you know, with them being in League One for so many years. And unfortunately, you know, Stoke edged out their negotiations. Unfortunately, Sunderland couldn't outbid them. We've got a corner for Rotherham there, so a small half, not even really an opportunity really, but a small moment for Rotherham there. Cross comes in. What career modes might you do in FIFA 23? I'm doing Celtic and Rangers because their stadiums have been added. Yeah, that's right. I was actually speaking to a Rangers fan at my work about that today. I don't do career modes, but I have a real life stadium. If I'm doing a career mode, it's going to have to be a... Oh, chance! Goal! Wait, no? Oh, it's just wide. Oh, my gosh. Well, now Rotherham have been really close to opening the scoring now. Jesus, I thought that was perfect. I thought that was a sweet, sweet goal. And no, it was just wide of the post. Unfortunately, you can't see any highlights on that. I think it was Washington that may have had the chance there. Anthony Barry has also applied for the job, apparently, according to Blue Terrier. Guys, if you've not liked the stream yet, guys, please do continue showing support and liking the stream. And in fact, let's... I don't think there's got any Champions League games being kicked off. We did have 2 earlier games, though, to talk about, which I will show you now. AC Milan showed Chelsea how to beat Dynamo Zagreb. They beat them by 3-1. As it stands, Chelsea are rock bottom of our group. We really need a result now against Red Bull Salzburg. Shakhtar Donetsk and Celtic drew 1-1. Celtic are no longer bottom of the group, but Leipzig could overtake them with a good result over Real Madrid. And the other games that are going to be playing tonight, we've got Maccabi and Tel Aviv, I think that is, with or Maccabi Haifa, I think, or Tel Aviv, one of those ones. With against Paris Saint-Germain, you've got Juventus versus Benfica, Man City versus Dortmund, Haaland playing against his former club, Copenhagen versus Sevilla, Madrid and Leipzig, and that might be all of them. Yeah, it is all of them actually. Those are all the Champions League games playing today. And I actually remembered to do catcher this time. Okay, well that's some timing. We've got 2 goals to talk about in the Championship. So Coventry have immediately hit back with an equaliser. I don't know who scored, but I will look at that in a minute. Norwich are 1-0 up against Bristol City. Doesn't really surprise me. I know I like Bristol City's attack, but their defence still leaves me a lot to be desired. You guys might know more than me about who's scored so far. But we have got 2 goals. Coventry immediately hitting back with a 1-1 equaliser at the moment. And Norwich scoring first against Bristol City. Timu Pukki with the opening goal of that game. Maybe I might need to swap Sargent for him now. I think Pukki's now getting his goal scoring form back. Coventry, Gyökeres is the goal scorer. Now, I don't know if I've still got him in my gaffer team, you know. I might have replaced him with Ogbene, which is not ideal for me. But Gyökeres is officially back on the score sheet, 1-1. Now, that will make that game very interesting for sure. Came from a Sam Byron free kick and Pukki to win the touch. Right, that sounds good. Preston, best defence in the world, says William Mercer. Well, yeah, they've only conceded 2 goals so far this season, but they've only scored 3. So, whilst you can be good at one thing, normally, you know, the other thing just kind of gets sacrificed for trying to do good at one thing. Cross comes in for Rotherham, headed away very, very well. Blackpool win it back. So, Blackpool had a really good start, but now all of a sudden, it does look like Rotherham who have grown into the game a little bit more. They look a little bit more comfortable now, Rotherham, and they look a little bit more dangerous as well. Am I going to play Ultimate Team? I've always tried to play Ultimate Team, but I've never had the time to do it. Honestly, if I can actually work from home at some days at work, and I can find small opportunities to do half an hour sessions, then I'll do that. But at the moment, I've not had the chance to do that at the moment. Whilst I'm still learning on the job, I've got to be in office. Millwall are a weird side, says Charlie. What do you mean about a weird side? I mean, I'd say they're really strong at home and they have got a great squad, but they do strike me as a team that lack consistency, really. That's really all I can really sum Millwall up, to be honest. And you do really get them actually kind of toying with their own styles as well. You get them playing direct, and then sometimes they actually play some really nice stuff. Ho Rotherham stuff for Lashers, says Mercer. You're a Rotherham fan, or maybe William, you maybe are another supporter of a Lancashire club and you want to see Blackpool lose, maybe. Right, microphone's still working. I kicked my mic by accident there, so sorry if you heard that. Rotherham's still playing on the ball. We're 11 minutes in. I tell you what, the time has gone a bit quicker in this one. I for some reason, I feel like I'm enjoying this one a little bit. Oh, you're a Preston fan. Ah, okay, that makes sense. How did you find Preston's performance yesterday against Burnley? I did a watch-along for that as well. Whilst it was an all-right first half, 2 quick goals in succession, it was a pretty bad second half, and overall, both keepers could have gone on holiday. I could have probably played into one of the goalkeeper positions and still only concede 1 goal. Rotherham still on the ball. Where's Harding? Trying to find Washington, headed away by Akita. Here's Jerry Yates. Okay, no, it's going to be a throw into Rotherham now. Half day of school tomorrow, and weekend Monday off. Life is good. Yeah, honestly, normally what I'm able to do, because I work slightly extra hours, I'm able to leave a little bit earlier on the Friday, which is always lovely as well, especially when I've got a watch-along on the Friday. Unfortunately, this weekend, we don't have a Friday game to do a watch-along for, which is a shame. I have a 4-day weekend, Friday to Monday. I think all of us do. Everyone's off work. I mean, I'd hope that everyone's off work for a bank holiday. I've also got, and this is a bit of an exclusive news for you guys, but my training to become an accountant is also going to start next week. So that's exciting. Headed away, cross comes in, Blackpool on the ball here. Rotherham continuously attacking still. They've not... I tell you what, Rotherham strike me as a team, you know, that they've shown in their stats they normally start games well. What they have done, Rotherham, is that I felt like in the first minute and a half they didn't start well, but now all of a sudden, now they're having their really, really good comfort play. Comfort play, that makes no sense. But basically, they're looking very comfortable on the ball. We've got another goal, Kenilworth Road. This game is turning out to be a really open game so far. I predicted 2-1 Luton. And at the moment, that's exactly the scoreline at Kenilworth Road. So with Coventry equalising only 10 minutes later, 4 minutes later even, it's now 2-1. Ben Sheaver with the assist there, but Harry Cornick assisting Carlton Morris again. Carlton Morris scoring a quick fire double to give Luton a restored lead. And I am very concerned with Coventry, honestly. I think a lot of people are talking about them that they could go down, but this form here is just not good enough. You see this here, just my picture's in the way, hang on a minute. See this form here, you know, it's just defeat after defeat after defeat after defeat. They don't look like that they're going to have a win anytime soon. I know Leighton Joseph's got a better record than Mark Robbins, but even so, it's Coventry need to find ways to get a result. A bit like in a way when they were fighting relegation in their first. This could be a chance for Blackpool. Oh, chance for penalty. No penalty given. Jerry Yates wants one. Not given. Penalty not given there. For all of a sudden, just Blackpool strike me as a team that you need to keep your eyes on, really, because all of a sudden they attack. Cross comes in. It's a cross shot and it's comfortably caught by Grimshaw. Callum Cole doesn't deal with the ball. Cornick throw in and Morris nets his 5th of the season. Burnley had lots of possession, but still wasn't good enough to get through the world's best defence in the second half. Both goalies had nothing to do. Draw fair result. Yeah, that seems about right for me. I think a draw was a fair result. I could kind of agree on that. If any team had like really big chances, then I'd say, you know, maybe one team was a bit unlucky. But the fact that neither team had big chances, I think it was an earned result for both teams. Never a penalty. Yeah, okay, well I know William wouldn't want that to be a penalty. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have given it a penalty either, to be honest. Jerry Yates goes down ground way too easily. Cross comes in for Rotherham, and it's not won by anyone. 9 viewers here, apparently. We're actually averaging quite a decent amount of viewers. Definitely a little bit better than yesterday. Guys, we've already hit 20 likes. We've actually already hit the like target that we already had. And we actually hit the same amount of likes as yesterday. So thank you guys so much for this. Because yesterday, I wasn't upset, but I was a little bit... I felt a bit numb after that stream, really. But thank you guys so much for that support there. In terms of subs, we're still on 1453. We could close in to 4,500 today. Who knows? And if we do get 1,500, it means we're halfway there between 1,000 and 2,000. And if we get 2,000, my beard goes. So there is something on the line for me. Looking up to the spirit in the sky. Yeah, love that. Love that from you, Charlie. Why did I feel numb? Well, it's just because, you know, I was very, very tired from work. And, you know, I always feel tired enough, you know, doing these streams. And, you know, for the fact that it just, you know, it almost was a very, very quiet stream. And I think the game didn't help as well. I think it was a bit of a quiet game, really. So I remember after I made the thumbnails, I fell asleep so quickly. And I nearly missed my train as a result of that. It's a corner for Rotherham now. Maybe Luton Coventry was the better game to watch. It's a game that you guys did suggest for me to watch. And, I mean, the 2 other games I thought about watching already both have a goal. The games that, I mean, to be fair, Millwall QPR, I knew I didn't really want to watch anyway. That's still a 0 at the moment. Champions League, we've got a goal. Juventus 1-0 up against Benfica. Apparently, let's just get capture. It's not up to date at the moment. Corner comes in, punched away by Grimshaw. Rotherham do manage to win it back. It is 1-0 to Juventus, who've under a little bit of pressure this season, to be honest. Chance maybe. Once again, poor touch, and it's a free kick to Blackpool. This will give Juventus 3 points and will put them in third place so far. I am very intrigued to see how Chelsea are going to play tonight. Brand new manager in Graham Potter, his first game. I might as well show you the team that he's got. Kepa with Cucurella, Silva, Azpilicueta, Reece James, Kovacic, Jorginho, Sterling, Havertz, Mount, and Aubameyang. Aubameyang's first home appearance for Chelsea. Any more goals? Doesn't look it. And we've caught up. Let's actually go through the games and the stats so far. Blackpool having that a good start, as I said, but Rotherham since then have been very comfortable. So here come Blackpool here. Oh, good defending by Harding. Very good defending even by Harding. 57% possession to 43% possession there. 3 shots to Blackpool. 0 shots on target for Rotherham so far. They're struggling to create and start the game, which is something that they've been able to do very, very well. So Blackpool must be doing a good job with that. 2 corner kicks to 1 for Rotherham there. 1 shot inside the box there. Yeah, whilst we had some really close chances in the first 5 minutes of the game, since then it has kind of died down sadly a little bit there. I'm hoping that we're going to get some goals in this game. Helik is a big signing. Yeah, I think he'll be a big signing. That's a really good run by Ben Wiles. To the right for Cohen Bramall. It is blocked. Corner to Rotherham. That was a really good run by Ben Wiles. It was actually Ogbene who actually had the cross, not Cohen Bramall. My apologies. Ogbene manages to collect the ball from a brilliant run by Ben Wiles, but it is well defended. I believe it was by Connolly again, who's been everywhere in the pitch so far. Now, can Rotherham get something in this corner? How many points does your Gaffer team have? I've not checked yet, to be honest. I will check when I can. Corner comes in. Header, headed away. By Mateta, I think it was headed away. Here come Blackpool on the counter-attack. Can they pull something off? It's a marauding run right now by Corbinu. And it's a throw into Blackpool now. Second goal at Carrow Road. You can probably guess who it's gone to. It has indeed gone to Norwich. 2-0. And I believe, if I'm right, it's Timo Pukki again. It's not going to show yet, but let's just say Timo Pukki has got a quick-fire double and definitely is making light work of this. Yeah, Timo Pukki, 2-0. I think I predicted 3-1 for Norwich and Bristol City. I could be wrong. Maybe 3-0, 3-1. I said 3-1, which could happen at the moment, to be honest. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is that are Norwich going to be good enough defensively to stop Bristol City scoring 1? Duncan Ferguson and Liam Manning being named for as potential replacements for Schofield. Okay, that's intriguing. Right now with MK Dons really struggling, maybe Manning may jump ship and try a championship drop. There's David Wagner, who's the favourite with the bookings so far. Michael Carrick being 1 at the moment. Your team's on 553 points. Is that in total for game weeks? Or is that, it wouldn't be this week, surely. Unless you've got a boost on. If you've got 553 in 1 week is insane. If that's total, I think that's pretty good. If you're in my league, David, you'll be able to know where you're positioned in the table. Game at the Hawthorns about to start. Why is that game being delayed so much? There must have been a big delay. Maybe was there difficulties of Birmingham getting into the stadium? Blue Terrier doesn't want Wagner apparently. I feel like a lot of fans will be really mixed with Wagner going in. I feel like because he's already done such a great job for Huddersfield, they don't want his reputation to be tarnished. But at the same time, he's not necessarily done the best work for himself outside of Huddersfield. We expected Wagner at one point to really kick on and to really get many European jobs. And unfortunately, Schalke, for instance, was a disaster for him. And Young Boys, whilst he did well in their league, in Champions League and other European competitions, weren't much better. Delay due to traffic, right, fair enough. Schofield order for Blue Terrier order for Schofield Sassy. Well, he's been calling a taxi since like 3 weeks ago, so maybe a little bit overdue, but he's finally got his wish. I do feel a bit bad for Schofield in the circumstances, but do think it is a right decision. Now then, Blackpool got a throw in near their penalty box, which might make things interesting. Potentially a long throw in could be the equivalent of a cross into their penalty box, so could be a good chance for Blackpool this. They are going for the long throw, and it's not won by anyone. It's headed away by Grant Hall. Here's Ogbene now with a running. Oh, he's still got. Okay, it's 3 versus 1. Rotherham. Oh, he mucks up the final pass. Can't find Connor Washington. Bit of desperate defending in the end. But it was a 3 versus 1 counter-attack. Nearly got it spot on. I think it was Reece Williams who boots it away. Throw into Rotherham, and I can see Ogbene really frustrated with himself. That was the chance. Blackpool were very exposed in that moment there. Oh, I did see that comment, David. Well, fair enough. 30k points since my birthday. Well, you've already thought ahead about that. Okay, FIFA predictions back. I'd love to, but the thing is, FIFA for a start, I kind of like made it clear from my from last year that I was doing my last stream doing FIFA's games. Unfortunately now, because I'm at home a lot less now, it's just so difficult to do it. This could be chance for Rotherham, blocked away, and it's cleared. I tell you what, if I can get Paul involved, and for editing, because I do want him to go in front of the camera. I do want him to work on his confidence, speaking out from the camera, and to talk to people as well. So once I can eventually start working with him properly, because he's still, to be fair, I don't know what's going on his end. I feel like he's almost working constantly as well now. So that may not even be a realistic chance anymore. In a way, I am coming to the point now that when studying about the Star and I've got revision, I'm going to be on a desperate plea wanting just someone to edit videos, because it's just going to be really difficult when I've got exams to start going across and knowing that I'm working on top of that 9 to 5. In school when you had exams, you were able to revise during school times, but at work you have to do your work, and then the odd day, you may get given time off to study. So I don't know. I don't know about FIFA predictions. I do want them back, but realistically, I don't really see it at the moment. At the moment, we've only had 1 goal in the Champions League, I believe, which was that Juventus game. The rest still 0-0, including Chelsea and Salzburg so far. Graham Potter has said Expelliarmus Salzburg. Oh, for God's sake. Why did I nearly not get that? It's going to be a throw-in to Blackpool, this. Since the opening 5 minutes, we've not really seen any goalkeeper make a save, unfortunately. Just a lack of quality in the final third for both of these teams, unfortunately. No other goals in Championship, apparently. Not for what I've heard, at least. Still 0-0 between Reading, Sunderland. West Brom, Birmingham nearly kicking off. Still 0-0, of course, in this game rather than Blackpool. Millwall, QPR still 0-0. The only goals we've got in the Championship is Norwich 2, Bristol City 0 with a Timo Pukki double. And Luton 2, Coventry 1. 2 goals from Carlton Morris, and Gyökeres getting the one for Coventry. 27 minutes taking place in this game, still 0-0. You'd see both these teams in around the mid-table position, and right now, I feel like with either one of these teams, if they want to have a good season, they really should look at this game being quite motivating for them, because they are really, really close. Huddersfield should give it to a Big Sam so he can't go down. Personally, I don't see Big Sam going down to the Championship. That's just my opinion. But if you do get Big Sam in, I think you do have a great chance. He will definitely crack a whip with these boys, but I don't personally see it. Throwing for Blackpool. Okay, well headed there. A bit of pinball going round. I'm still getting names out there because, whilst I know many of these players, I need to put the number to the name. Right, there's Wes Harding. I know that for a fact. He's going to pass it to Ben Wiles. What's he going to do? He's going to pass it to Brooke Norton Cuffy. I'm going to call him Norton. Norton with the cross. Oh, it was a cross shot, and it was a pretty decent save by Grimshaw. For you watching, apparently. So, in terms of here's a question for you guys. What are you currently guys doing at the moment? In fact, let's also do a poll, because I do think right now we need to try and liven up this chat a little bit more. Matt won't be watching this game. He's busy recording Coventry getting beaten by Luton at the moment. Can I just say, one thing I'm really happy is how there's very little delay in my streams anymore. I don't know what's happened, but my internet has had a huge upgrade, honestly. I'm even just looking at it now whilst I'm doing the options here, but I'm really pleased with it, honestly. So here is your poll. What will happen in this game? Rotherham win, Blackpool win, or a draw? Come on, Potter, use that magic. Honestly, I might say that in a minute. Okay, you know, I'm actually going to make a pinned comment very, very quickly. Please. It's going to be a typical promotional post. And excuse me, guys. There you go. I'm just going to replace the pinned message, and there we go. So currently 2 votes in the poll. All have said Rotherham win. Spoiler alert. So guys, if you think Blackpool will win, you guys got to start voting. Half an hour gone. I think now's a good time to actually get the poll, to be honest. You know, whilst not much has happened in this game, I think now's the right time to use it. Millwall and QPR seems that typical 0-0 derby. Well, I did see it being a draw. Just didn't think it'd be 0-0, to be honest. You know, both teams have got capability of scoring some plenty of goals. Such a pointless game. Well, it's a derby in the end of it, you know. So I'm still counting it as not a pointless game. Guys, if you've not smashed the like button, please do so. We're on 21 likes now. Could we get to 25 likes before half time, maybe? Could we try and hit 30 likes? That's our target. Cross. Oh. Rotherham again with a half chance, just going high and wide over the goal, unfortunately. 30 likes is our target today. So, guys, if you can smash the like button, it will be incredible if you can do that. It only takes 2 seconds to do. If you've not hit the subscribe button either, that also really helps as well. 1,453. We're trying to push to 1,500 as soon as we can. 2,000 subs means my beard goes as well. So, guys, you can see a clean shaven next to Lexus if we do get to 2,000 subs. But overall, guys, thank you for the support. And Charlie, shout out for you for the donations at the start of the stream as well. You are a legend. Corbinu boots our way. Headed back. Is that Bramall trying? No, it's Washington trying to find off Bene there. Interesting ball. Oh, I tell you what, 490's got to be careful there. Connolly and throwing Blackpool. Rotherham did press quite well there, actually. This is what they've got to keep doing a little bit more of, because I expected Rotherham to be a little bit better with their press. You know, I feel like Rotherham, what they've been able to do with their attack is hit on the counter-attack, but in the best part, defensively, you know, they want to foul Rotherham, but it's not been given for them. It's a free kick, it's a throw-in for Blackpool. Both goals were avoidable, apparently, for Huddersfield. I mean, I think it's just painful to be a Huddersfield fan at the moment, and you just would hope for the best man possible to take that club forward. Still no other goals up to date from there. Any goals in the Champions League? No, we're having a bit of a goal drought at the moment, guys. If you smash the like button, we'll get a goal in the next 5 minutes. I promise. Smash the like button, guys, if you want to see a goal. I think in the next 5 minutes, if we do smash the like button, I think we'll get one. Got a lot of messages at the moment I've got to try and catch up with. Oh, it was me thinking that I could potentially go for a run and, you know, exercise tonight, but I've got to make my score predictions for the Championship straight after this. Oh my gosh, there's never time for a rest anymore. I'm very intrigued to know how Chelsea's currently doing at the moment. Bright start, apparently, for us. That's what we want to hear. We really need to get a win. We're already playing catch up with that defeat we had against Zagreb. I think I might be behind. I think this is a stream that I'm going to be a bit behind. I don't want to spoil anything, but I think something's going to happen very soon. 33 minutes in. Passing it back. Long ball in. Oh, chance. Ogbene! Goal! That's what I was waiting for. SofaScore's already said it was 1-0 to Rotherham. And here it comes. Rotherham 1, Blackpool 0. Finally, we've got a goal in the New York Stadium. It has gone to Ogbene, their top goal scorer so far this season. It was very, very simple, the goal. Defensively, they'll be very disappointed how they conceded that. I definitely want to see a replay, but with this goal right now, Rotherham will just be outside of the top 6 in 7th place. Look at this. They'll be on 13 points ahead of Watford as well, which is a really great achievement there. And only 1 point off Bristol City in 6th. Oh, I really wanted to see who got the assist there. So it was Richard Wood with the assist. So it was a long ball in, maybe by Bramall actually, I think it was. Then it was Richard Wood heading it back. And then Ogbene finishing the job with another header right in the bottom corner as well. Brilliant, brilliant team goal that was by Rotherham. That makes it 1-0 to the Millers. How's everyone reacted to that goal? Game feels a bit slow tonight. Even Preston scored 4 at Huddersfield, says William. Yeah, my prediction has gone, says Charlie. My prediction... Oh, well, this is my prediction. 1-0 Rotherham. Is it going to stay that way? I don't know, to be honest. Lash is losing, says William. He's very happy with this result at the moment. Health first, mate. If you need a break, don't stress about the vid. Everybody needs a break. Thanks, Ben, for that. Honestly, I feel like international break has come at a really good time, actually. Actually, to be fair, all of that week is going to be absolutely insane for me. So, to give you a small insight what I'm doing next week at work. So, after the international break, I'll do, the review and stuff like that. But obviously, the Monday, got a day off, which is very, very nice. Tuesday, Wednesday, I've got my first 2 lessons of my accounting journey. Then Thursday, we've got an annual general meeting, AGM it stands for. We're going to Colchester for a couple of fun activities with the companies from all around East Anglia. Because we've got multiple companies, actually. It's not like a singular company. We've got a couple of offices in East Anglia. And on the Friday is my normal work day. I'm only in work on the Friday. But I definitely think what I got to do really, because one thing right now that I really need to start fixing is my diet and my exercise routine. It's really tough for me, honestly, at the moment to even make some substantial progress in that front when you sit around, 7 hours a day. But I will think of something eventually. I feel like when you're really frustrated with something and you want to find a solution for it, when you spend more time with it, sometimes you're going to overthink and stress things, but eventually you find a way that you're able to merge both of your worlds together. Chelsea issue is the players, not the manager. Oh God, I have got that, Charlie. Well, apparently PSG are losing against Maccabi Haifa, or is it Maccabi Tel Aviv? I know there's a Maccabi Tel Aviv because I know that was what Vladimir Ivic used to manage. Former Watford manager, of course, Ivic. But let's see, have they actually conceded? They have. They are losing. It is Maccabi Haifa. Tajaron Sherry with the gun. Tajaron Sherry. He was most definitely. I think I might be wrong. I think he was a QPR player. Tajaron Sherry. I'm going to do a quick Google search to see if Tajaron Sherry is a championship player. I think he used to play for QPR. I need to see his other teams. I could be thinking of another player. No, he was a QPR player, 2015 to 2017. I for some reason I felt like I remembered that name, and that's why he was indeed a QPR player. See, ask Matt that. Would he know that? Would Ben know that? Would any Ben know that he used to be a QPR player? I knew that right from the get-go. But speaking of a championship and QPR, they've not scored a goal yet. So they can use it to João Sherry right now with his 2015-17 days. Rotherham still 1-0 up with Richard with the assist and Ogbene with the goal. Stats look like this: 5 shots to 3, 1 shot on target each. That 1 shot on target, of course, coming to Rotherham's goal. 3 shots on target to 1. 1 blocked shot each with 4 corner kicks to 1. 1 offside, 5 fouls to 4. 4 shots inside the box. You can see that Rotherham have just clearly created a lot more. Whilst Blackpool had that great start, it has been really comfortably Rotherham being the better team for most of this game. That means Rotherham currently are 7th place with Blackpool falling down to 16th. Still 2 points above the bottom 3, but they're very much not safe. You know, whilst Blackpool picked up some great wins, they're definitely not safe at the moment. I don't think any team is safe at the moment, honestly, with this early stage of the season. We can't really start making conclusions as of yet. Right, let's read some more comments. Darragh says we can't defend. Watching Reading Sunderland, it's a good game. Sunderland look good on the counter-attack. Interesting that Reading may have more of the ball in that case. One of the happier players has blue hair, says Charlie Brown. I'm surprised not many of you are talking about my Tajaron Sherry, that I've literally just plucked in thin air that he's a former championship player. Chris Wilder, get out of our club, says Ryan Giles. Gosh, I tell you what, you were backing Wilder, but that defeat to Cardiff is definitely going to make things quite unpopular for Middlesbrough there. I did remember who Middlesbrough are playing in the weekend, but I definitely think whoever they are playing, it really is a must-win game at the moment. Who are they playing at the weekend? I was talking about West Brom, who need a win. They've got Norwich away, which is not easy. They have got... oh yeah, of course they got Rotherham at home, because I thought about doing a watchalong maybe for that. Well, it's on them really. Middlesbrough really need to try and pick up their season now. I read that comment already from Owen. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Just like that, we've already lost to Luton from the start. I know. Why have we sold Maatsen, Hyam, and Clark Slater and Ostergaard, says Darragh Games. Is it 3-1 then, if that's the case? Okay, well, it's still 2-1. It's not impossible for Coventry to still get anything from this game. Unless... Ooh. I tell you what, Grimshaw got away with one there. Nearly got a player to go down, and it could have been a penalty there. Well, I said 3-1 to Norwich, and I was concerned that Bristol City weren't going to score enough goals, but they've actually got their goal now, so... Norwich needs to score one more goal, and my prediction will be spot on. I don't know who scored for Bristol City, but that is a goal just before half-time. That could be a very crucial goal for the Slider Army there. It does look like that Bristol City were the better team for like the last 10 or so minutes of that game, actually. So that means all for 7:45 kickoffs have a goal, except Millwall and QPR. Who has scored for Bristol City? I'm waiting for confirmation from Charlie or any of you. Oh my God, I tell you what, Blackpool are quite risky when they play out from the back. Ogbene trying to get across, doesn't reach anyone, it's a goal kick. I tell you what, Rotherham are now trying to pounce on Blackpool trying to play out from the back. That's twice already where they've really put the defence under pressure. Tom Conway, I should have guessed, he scores for Bristol City to make it 2-1. And a goal just before half-time. Conway indeed, yeah. If Wilder loses on Saturday, he will be sacked and we need a manager. You take Aitor Karanka. You want Aitor Karanka back at Middlesbrough. I know he got Middlesbrough promoted, but the football was absolutely dinosaur, to call it. he was a really good apprentice to his master. That was Jose Mourinho in that case. That is three good. I mean, I'm still getting over that comment from Darraj. That is three first-team defenders in Matson, Dominic. In fact, there's four: Matson, Hyam, Clark Salter, and Ostergaard. I mean, I know Coventry. Some of them were loan deals, but either way, if Coventry were ambitious, oh, chance for Blackpool! Ooh, that was not far away. That's a very similar angle to their volley that they had at the start of the game, actually. I don't know who it was. I think it may be Reece Williams with a chance. It is still 1-0 to Rotherham, but Blackpool, I wouldn't say, are out of it yet. And I'm going to be intrigued to see how Blackpool respond to this, because really, they've not done enough in this game. But now they've got a lead to chase, we'll see if they can get something. We've got goal at the Hawthorns, which means my prediction for 0-0 in that game is automatically gone. Steve Bruce is going to be ejected out from the Hawthorns if this carries on, because it is a 1-0 lead for Birmingham, and as it stands, it'll be 2 away wins in a row for this Birmingham team, and it's their second goal they've scored away from home in the whole season. Scott Hogan with the goal and Junio Bacuna getting the assist. That puts Birmingham 1-0 up, and that will mean that Middlesbrough will be back in the bottom 3, because Birmingham were in the bottom 3, but Middlesbrough were just above it. But Middlesbrough will be in the bottom 3 as things stands. I know you can't see the table here, but if we can get the live table from here. Oh no, it's Swansea. Okay, no, Swansea have actually got a worse goal difference than Middlesbrough. My mistake. Not Middlesbrough, false alarm, guys. It's actually Swansea that be in the bottom 3. Half time, Millwall, QPR 0-0, and Norwich and Bristol City 2-1 to the home team. Still playing at Kenilworth Road, still 2-1. Still, of course, playing in this game at the moment. There's the clock's gone, which is annoying for me trying to watch this game. But it's still 1-0 to Rotherham against Blackpool. Reading Sunderland 0-0 at the moment in this game. And Ben Wiles. I tell you what, I've been so impressed with Ben Wiles. I remember talking about him like 2 seasons ago, thinking that he's such a great player at this level. And for the fact he stayed this loyal to Rotherham, where he could have had so much interest, he's done really well. And honestly, I really do enjoy watching him play. There was a comment by Ben, which I have not ignored, but I've just been trying to read others. As a Charlton fan, watching Washington is painful would be so good for us right now. Charlton had a great start, but now they're kind of faltering a little bit for what I've seen in their last recent games. So Charlton definitely do, I think, need someone like a Washington, a clinical goal scorer. Rathbone, sorry. Bar laser. Okay, cleared away. Is that going to be half time? No, not quite yet. I'm still getting used to numbers, so that's Dominic Thompson, number 23. Dominic Hyam can do one for his goal against Watford, says Darraj. Yeah, he's still bitter about that, I can see. Middlesbrough fans said to me, we will lose to Luton and beat Middlesbrough. Well, the Luton thing's happening at the moment, but... Right, half-time in the New York Stadium. 1-0 to the Millers. It's come from a goal from Ogbene. It was a really nice goal, actually. I think it was Bramall with the ball. Richard with a header and a real pinpoint header by Ogbene. I really want to see who was at fault defensively. But when you watch it live on a live stream, you can't get any replays, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to be more my game when it comes to doing commentary. But that is the halftime whistle at the New York Stadium. 1-0 to Rotherham. What that means for Rotherham... Oh, come on, Capture. What are you doing? Oh, here I am. That's how I check the like targets. Hello. Right, let's go about this. So, Ogbene with the goal. And it means that Rotherham are up to 7th as it stands. And Blackpool fall down to 16th place as it stands right here, okay? So, in terms of the other games of the Championship, 2-1 half-time, 0-0, 2-1, 1-0 Rotherham there. 0-0 Reading Sunderland, and of course 1-0 to Birmingham. So those are the current scores so far. Let's go back to the Champions League and see if we've had any more goals in that game. Oh, Rangers Napoli, have I missed this? That's literally what one of my work colleagues was just talking about all day. I mean, he's a Rangers fan, if you can guess. Rangers Napoli, 0-0 at the moment there. Still 0-0 between Chelsea and Salzburg. Very tense. Madrid and Leipzig 0-0. Man City Dortmund 0-0. Copenhagen Sevilla 0-0. The only goals have come in Group H. 1-0 Maccabi Haifa and 1-0 to Juventus. That means that every single... Oh, hang on. Have PSG just equalised? Yep, they've equalised. I was able to tell by looking at the live points. Lionel Messi with the goal. Kylian Mbappe with the assist. I mean, that front three of Neymar, Messi and Mbappe should rip teams apart. Lionel Messi gets the goal, makes it 1-1. I was going to say, because if it was 1-0 Maccabi Haifa, every team in this group would have one win. But now that Haifa are only on 1 point, I know that PSG have now equalised. Juventus are still winning though, because it's still a win shown for them right now. But yeah, still draws there. Still for draws there. Still a draw there in this game. And still a draw there, right. So, very little action in terms of the Champions League. And the Championship has not been so much better, to be honest, when it comes to goals. Let's get a couple more people voting on the poll. So, guys, if you've not voted on the poll, please do so. It's basically your chance to predict what will happen in this game. I still don't understand why Mark Hobbins hasn't got sacked from Coventry yet. I think because of the great job he did last year. You've got to remember how well he actually put this Coventry team, considering where they were at, last season where they barely survived. Unfortunately, it does look like the second season syndrome has turned out to be a second season of a honeymoon period. But now they've been really punished in a really bad way. Luton will win 3-1 to Starage. Well, I hope they don't. I've predicted 2-1, so at the very least, if there is going to be a result, I would want it to potentially be a 2-1 Luton win there. Looks like Wagner's on his way back to Huddersfield. We've offered him a contract. God, that will be a huge twist. A huge twist in terms of the managerial appointments. David Wagner back at Huddersfield for the first time since 2019, I believe he was sacked. Or maybe 2018. So it's 2019. What am I kidding? Yeah, so 3 seasons he's been out of Huddersfield. Didn't do well. He had a terrible time at Schalke. Did an all right time with Young Boys, but that's really like the only positive that he had, really, unfortunately. And even with that, it's not been too entirely convincing in terms of a European point there. Karanka will get us promoted if we play like we did when we got promoted in the 15-16 season. Yeah, true, but the problem is you've not got the same players in the 15-16 season. You know, we can all try and get a time machine and try and make things that happened and were able to work 5-6 years ago, but it's not only due to the team and manager and the personnel, it's the teams you're playing against as well. The championship standard just increases every single year. It's really difficult to be a really competitive team without parachute payments, which is why, Brentford's a really well-respected team. Forest respected team before they got their 100 million and spent a crap ton of money. But you see what I mean? It's really tough for non-parachute payment teams to compete with that, with the financial power that the recently relegated teams have in terms of boosting the best quality they can with their squad with loan deals and stuff like that. It's really difficult, which is why, when Coventry were up there, like right at the start of the season, it's rare. It's really rare to see that. And, it's a really good job that Mark Roberts has done, unfortunately, there. When is our first win going to come? That's the thing. That's what I'm worried about, a mentality thing. If they don't feel like they can get their next win anytime soon, it will only get worse for them there. With the amount of control Wagner wants, I think the board won't want him. Oh, he's calling the board out, Blue Terrier there. Anthony Barry's already applied for the job. Sunderland 2-0. Have they just scored 2 quick-fire goals, Sunderland? Well, they indeed have. Okay, we've got some goals to talk about in the late kickoff. So, 3 goals to talk about. Sunderland have scored a quick-fire double. Patrick Roberts, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Embleton with the first assist for the first goal. Roberts scoring again to make it 2-0. Just like that, Reading's 100% home record is in utter peril. West Brom have equalised against West Brom. Now, a draw would mean 1 point for the prediction league for me. I don't know who scored for West Brom, but I will find out, I think, from you guys very, very soon. Obviously, there's going to be no other goals in the other games because they're all at half-time at the moment. So, guys, if you can, please do tell me who scored the goals. I'm actually thinking of ending the poll, honestly. I think, we're just not going to attract too many viewers, unfortunately, tonight. I've not really been attracting viewers anyway, really, unfortunately. So, Rotherham won the poll. 77% of you think that they are going to win the game. West Brom have equalised for Birmingham. Are you happy now? Sorry, that guys. I can't be perfect. It's impossible. Jed Wallace with the assist and Jason Malumbi with the... Jed Wallace with the goal. Not the assist, but with the goal. I'm really having a mad today. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Jed Wallace with the assist. Oh, for God's sake! Jed Wallace with the equalising goal. Jason Malumbi with the assist. Everyone applaud me. I've done a job. I did a thing. Jesus Christ. I've lost it. I've lost my sparkle. Which is why that I've had real considerations whether I'm going to continue YouTube at this rate. I know a lot of Huddersfield fans don't want Wagner. You said 2-0 Sunderland. Oh my days. How do you predict these things? Why Sunderland, out of all those teams, you think that Reading will lose their 100% record to? Are you kidding me? Am I happy with Potter at Chelsea? Lequan, good question. At the moment, I just don't want to say anything before something will happen at Stamford Bridge. By the sounds of it, we're playing some nice football, which is always good, but I always fear that we are not clinical enough. And even with Potter at Brighton, he had a problem of they had a problem Potter with having his Brighton team scoring goals, and right now we're just not looking like that we are going to be converting chances anytime soon. With the attacking players that we've got, is concerning. We've had I've looked at the stats now. 8 shots we've had, 0 on target. Salzburg have just had their first shot now with Sesko, and it's the only shot on target in the entire game. This is what I mean. A lot of the ball chances, but we're just not looking threatening going forward, unfortunately. We have a good squad. We just need a good manager, and Wagner is good enough, says Mr. Football. I sometimes question, is the squad good? I feel like this squad was definitely good with other players around them last year. Right now, the squad isn't good because at the moment, mentally and in terms as a team, they're not at it. Maybe good individually, but as a squad, not good at all at the moment. They really need to work on this cohesiveness that they've got. I think I was hearing that Kasumu was quite good last night for Huddersfield, but other than that, a lot of the players were really slacking. Darryl says Birmingham would beat us. Need a QPR goal and another Birmingham. So he's gone for Birmingham away win against West Brom. Jeez. You always go for the very shocking results, Charlie, and that in a way I think is why you do well with the prediction league in a way. Dowage, honestly, at this moment of time, the best thing that you can do to show that you care is to stay a Coventry fan. Coventry, you've got to remember, recently have been right round in League 2. If they can overcome being in League 2 and being a Championship team within a couple of seasons, the squad is capable for a lot. But right now, we're not even 9. Well, yeah, we are 9 games into the season now. 10 games in, you've got to remember, Forest were rock bottom with only 1 point in 7. So it is not impossible to turn things around. And, we cannot write any team off at this stage of the season, I've known. I'm aware there's another goal in the Champions League, but once again, it's all going on in this same group. So, Benfica apparently have equalised. It's 1-1. João Mario, former West Ham player and Inter Milan player. Penalty awarded. So, as a penalty awarded to Benfica, João Mario, Portuguese centre midfielder, he was in the team, Portugal team that won the Euros. He didn't score the goal, but he was in that Portugal team that won the Euros. Former West Ham and Inter Milan player João Mario. Still a draw taking place in this game. Salzburg Chelsea still a draw in that as well. What about Rangers Napoli? Still no goals in that game too. Bit surprised about that there. Football was played a lot differently when Wagner took over. Well, if he's going to have that impact, then I think he'll be very intriguing for Huddersfield there. Sometimes with predicting, you've always got to go with when you think it's not going to be an obvious result. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I've done that quite a few times, but most of the time it comes to bite me in the arse, unfortunately. So I don't tend to do, the unexpected result. Narcis Pelch and Paul Harsley, are taking charge of the Cardiff game. Will be interesting to see if they can get a reaction. Well, you typically see the managerial bounce, don't you? Although Cardiff, I would have been quite worried for Cardiff going into this game, but now they've actually got back into winning ways, beating Middlesbrough by 3-2. That might help them go into this game, but it would be very typical of Cardiff if they do fall short in this game. It's not like we're playing bad, it's the defending. Well, I believe you. I believe it's the defending, because I still think when you've got Hamer on the pitch, you've got Sheaf, you've got really good attacking players who, apparently they can't convert chances, unfortunately, but defensively, it is sounding like it is that back line that's costing you right now. You're missing the tower that is Ostergaard. And even when he went to Stoke at one point in the season, you still had cover for the likes of Hyam and Clark Salter in that position. And then even for an attacking / defensive fullback, you had Ian Matson. And I know he's not playing, and I'm not going to blame him for the defeat to Luton at the moment, but Eccles, when I've seen him play, I've not really seen that same version of Matson. I know he's a very different player, but Bidwell, even when he came in from Swansea at January, I didn't really see him being an upgrade for Matson whatsoever, to be honest. So I don't think their wing-backs are supplying enough. I don't think their defence centrally is good enough. And I think the attacking players, whilst they've got some quality, they're not taking their chances. So that is my view on Coventry so far. O'Hare's missing, yeah, and O'Hare is a crucial player in that attacking position, but he has got a long-term injury, sadly. Sims went off injured. Yeah, well, that probably explains how Patrick Roberts got both of the goals then. Wow. So the Champions League games are going to half-time now. Chelsea-Salzburg still going, but it is half-time between Rangers and Napoli. Madrid and Leipzig, still 0-0, but okay, Copenhagen and Sevilla have gone half-time. Maccabi Haifa and PSG have gone half-time, but Juventus Benfica still playing as well. So the only game that is currently playing at the moment is West Brom Birmingham, because there's been a delay, still 1-1. All the other games, including all of the 7:45 games, are still half-time, but in the next minute, we're going to see all the 7:45 games kick off again. So it means I've got to get these bad boys back on. And there's no audio. Right, okay. Might not need the headphones, actually. I live in Cardiff and don't hear the end of it when they win, so I always hope they lose. That's kind of what happens to me with West Ham, really. I don't live in West Ham. But, yes, I understand. In terms of the Premier League team, most local to Chelmsford, it'll be West Ham. But you never hear the end of it. You make us think that we actually live in West Ham at this point. But yeah, West Ham is kind of a team I love to hate, really. I do have respect for them, but it's a team I do love to hate, honestly. Always a little bit annoying. So Blackpool have already gone back to the pitch. Right, they're starting to get the announcements now. Blackpool back on the pitch, and Rotherham now going back onto the pitch now. Great. Okay, so next 2-3 minutes or so, we should see the game resume. Is it going to stay 1-0, which is actually what I predicted in the predictions competition at the moment. So if it does stay that way, it means there'll be 3 points on the board, which I kind of need. Luton Coventry, I also predicted 2-1, so if that stays, that'll be points for me. Mill QPR, if that stays, that'll be 1 point. Norwich Bristol City, 1 Norwich goal will give me 3 points. And West Brom Birmingham will give me 1 point currently. But the one game I'm definitely losing out on is Reading Sunderland. Could be bye-bye Bruce this weekend if Blues snatch a result. Yeah, I think they will. Well, not sure I'm saying Birmingham will, but I think West Brom right now are definitely really struggling by the looks of things. They did get an equaliser. We'll see if they can get a result against Birmingham here. I'd say even a draw put Bruce's job on a tightrope. Well, yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it, with the amount of draws that they've got. They've not lost many games, but just the amount of draws is just taking them away from this season right now. Okay, I've got to do the timer. Apologies, guys. Hang on a minute. Okay. Rotherham still on the attack here. Cross comes in. Headed away. Bramall's going to win that. Go on, Bramall. Do my Colchester heart proud. Good start for Rotherham here. No free kick. Goal kick to Blackpool. I've heard about Deji Mayweather. I don't believe it. I don't think it'll happen. Honestly, that's why I don't really, look at social media all that much. I think they just, because it's very difficult to believe anyone these days with these things, unfortunately. Unless you speak to them directly, you can't trust anyone. Sunderland better not ruin my prediction, I swear down, says Charlie. Knowing them, they'll score a third and make it 3-0, and that'll be how they ruin it. But yeah, currently, the only game I'm not getting points out of, as it stands, is actually that Reading Sunderland game. That's the only game, actually. 47 minutes into the game now, still 1-0 to Rotherham as it stands. As I've kept repeating, this win for Rotherham puts them up into 7th place. And I've got to say, for them to pick up 3 wins in their opening 9 games, or 8 games I should say, 3 wins and 8 is really good for Rotherham. 13 points, and they have done well, I have to say it. Just under 2 points a game as well. This could be a good chance for Rotherham here. Cross comes in. Thompson with the block, and it's a corner to Rotherham. First corner in the second half. Rotherham looking very dangerous going forward at the moment. Going quite quickly on the counter-attack. I wouldn't say it's a counter-attack, but they do move in really quick passages of play. Chelsea half-time, yes indeed. I have kept my eye on that game. Looking like that, it's just, well, I would typically say same old. It reminds me a little bit of a football we actually played when Tuchel started as manager for Chelsea a bit. Lots of the ball, possession-wise, incredible, but 8 shots, 0 on target, and Salzburg with only 1 shot on target was the only shot on target in the whole game, which just shows you that Salzburg know exactly what to do to try and get something in this game, and we've got to take advantage of that. Now, that could be a really poor mistake there, although it looks like it's good defending in the end. Gosh, I tell you what, right, there was a small mistake there, and I thought Blackpool could have gone on a counter-attack there, but it was a brilliant bit of recovery defending by, I think it was Wes Harding, actually. So good defending. It's gone back to the goalkeeper now, Johansson, who's barely touched the ball in this whole entire game, to be honest. Apart from that one save he made from Jerry Yates, it's been a very, very quiet game. One thing I'm really interested to see what has happened is how has UEFA taken to Rangers likely seeing the champion God Save the King, because they banned or rejected the offer to sing the national anthem in the UK, but Rangers were going to ignore that because they are literally the most Christian club in all of Britain. Here comes Rotherham now on the ball. Rathbone, Ogbene now on the ball. Okay, kind of passing out from the back here. Okay, here's Bramall. Interesting by Rathbone there. Ogbene again. Coming in Bramall. Oh, this could be a good opportunity there. Good defending. And it's a throw-in for Rotherham here. Bar Laser this time with a tackle. QPR need to win for Ronca's birthday. I've not seen Ronca Mock in the string for a long time, but yeah, He's one of our Discord members, and that would be nice for him to see QPR get a win on his birthday there. So Wes Harding's going to take the throw-in. I think he's going to do one of his long throw-ins, which will pretty much be another set-piece opportunity here. Long throw-in goes in. Header. And it's cleared. Just about. Still one back by Rotherham there. Harding to Barlaser. And great bit of defending. Well done, actually. I think it was Gabriel, actually, with the tackle there. I've not seen a lot of Gabriel in this game so far, so it's good to see him getting involved now. It's another set piece for Rotherham, which they've looked very dangerous with throughout this game, honestly. So I would back them to potentially get something from this. So it's going to be a corner, and it looks like Bramall's taking the corner, which is interesting. Or is it? Wait, what are they doing? Oh wait, I tell you what they're doing. They are time wasting. In short, probably a little bit pathetic to be time wasting this early on in the game. You know, they're dropping the ball, they're washing the ball or drying the ball with a towel. They're doing all the things they can to. It's a throw in. I didn't actually know it was a throw in. I thought it was a corner. Throw in coming in, kind of headed away. And it would have been awarded a free kick to Blackpool anyway. Nothing's happening there. Still no goals in the second half in any of the Championship games. All the 7:45 games have now gone into... they've already gone into the second half. Time wasting this early? Yeah, well, I mean, I know. But, you know, that they're supposedly trying harder to stop it. But unless you can actually get a red card offence for time wasting... people are going to still keep doing it because they're clever. You know, they know once you book them once, you're not going to do it again. Here comes Rathbone. Can't say that name, apparently. They do look more likely to score Rotherham there. Interesting ball by Washington. Covey now with the ball. Ball in. Good defended. Forniley with a block there. Booted away. Wes Harding heads it away. It is now in the possession of Blackpool. They've now got a throw-in. I've been alright with Rotherham's names, but I've really struggled for some reason with Blackpool's, which I thought I would know Blackpool's names a lot better than Rotherham's, to be honest. But a lot of these players for Rotherham have been there, you know, for such a long time. But if you take it the energy out of the game, yeah, it is easy for you. But right now, what they've got to do is try and find a way to make a real punishment if you keep doing it. Because people just keep doing it anyway. And it's going to be another throw-in for Blackpool. They're slowly but surely, that's the phrase, making their way up the pitch. They're not having too much success with it at the moment there. They're not stringing too many passes together. Poor touch, and it's in the hands of Johansson. I mean, it's not Corbini's fault, to be honest, but just right now, just a lack of support right now. I think based on the reaction for Charlie, we've got a goal at the Den. We do have a goal at the Den. So I predicted 1-1 in this game between Millwall and QPR, I think. And currently, QPR have struck first. They have scored the first goal against Millwall. Who scored the goal? Chris Willock and Elias Chair. Well, there you go. The two best players in that QPR team combining yet again to make it 1-0 to QPR. That means every single game in the Championship has got at least one goal with it now. No 0-0s today. Booted away. In fact, we've not had a single 0-0 draw in this midweek, actually. I've just realised. I thought we did. But actually, Swansea and Sheffield United didn't turn out to be a 0-0 draw in the end. I did indeed predict 1-1 for Millwall QPR. So a Millwall goal would do my predictions very nicely there, actually. Right. I'm literally losing track here. I don't want to do what I did yesterday with Blackburn there. Can't wait to see Matt crying when Luton beat Coventry. That's not nice. I'll be supporting him in the comments. Oh, I tell you what, Blackpool do live dangerously when they pass out from the back. And that's one thing I say they've got to be quite careful with. I do think Blackpool have got something there, but they don't necessarily execute their plan in the best of their ability. Excuse me, got a bit of hiccups there. Oh yeah, I know what you did with Blackburn. You jinxed it, didn't you? So yeah, maybe try and keep your mouth shut. That's all I'd say there. It's not in a rude way, but you know exactly what happened. So if you don't know, Charlie got the Blackburn game spot on, and then as he was celebrating in the chat, Blackburn score again to make it 2-0, and his prediction was wrong. That's what happens. You know, that's why you cannot be too comfortable with any scoreline. It can all change with one moment. No Gatsby, no party. He's not here, actually. He is outside. But I tell you what, he was really happy to see me when I was back from work. I've never seen him so happy. He really is. Siri, be quiet. He really is the star of the show when he does appear. But in fact, no, he actually did appear in my room last night, and he scratched me, and I didn't even know he'd actually left a scratch on my finger. You can't see it, but he left a scratch on my finger. I woke up and my finger was in agony because there was a clean scratch on it. Really, really upset that he did that. Bit cheeky for him as well to do that whilst I was asleep as well. Anyway, we move 56 minutes in, still 1-0 to Rotherham here. And at the moment, it does feel like Rotherham are the more likely team to score. Blackpool, I think, having more of the ball now, which would make sense for the fact that they're searching for this equaliser. Oh, that's a really good run, but brilliant defending by Grant Hall. Or was it Richard Wood? I'm getting those numbers confused. It is, oh, for God's sake. Richard Wood, sorry, because I thought Grant Hall was number 6. Grant Hall's actually 20. Richard Wood, with that assist and that tackle there, he's done a terrific job at Rotherham so far this season. If Anthony Barry went to Huddersfield, what could we expect from him? Well, I won't lie. He's not someone that I know a lot about. Of course, I've heard the name. You know, many a time he is player, I believe, from England there, and you know, I think he is someone that you're going to ask for me about because he was involved with Chelsea. He is our first team. Oh, Charles Rotherham, maybe good block by Richard Wood. It's a corner. But yeah, in terms of the first team coach, I don't really see him being too involved, honestly. But I am intrigued, if anything. You know, in terms of assistant managers or first team coaches, you know, Barry's very new into the role. Of course, when Frank Lampard was in charge, you know, we had Jody Morris and that partnership there. And Barry comes in. I mean, he's done other things as well. I think he definitely did. What was the one that he was really famous for? He did a good job at Accrington Stanley, I believe. He definitely did. And you guys will probably be able to tell me better than me there. Chelsea manager should go to Brighton. I don't know about that. I really don't know. No goal at the Den. What do you mean no goal at the Den? Was there an offside goal at the Den, maybe? It is still 1-0 to QPR in that game. No other goals. Oh, this could be a chance for Blackpool here. They want a corner. And the corner is awarded to Blackpool. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. But once again, I'm seeing good individual play, but not necessarily good team play. So it was good skill by Corbinu. By the way, with a substitute, Ian Pervader's already off the pitch. I must have missed it, actually, whilst I was talking to you guys. Ian Pervader off, and Shane Lavery is on the pitch. Please no goal. Oh, that's what you're trying to say. Well, one goal would do me very nicely if Mills scores it. And it's going to be a free kick to Rotherham there. Tesco Aldi. Put some respect on it. I know. The thing is, I feel so bad for Danny Schofield, honestly. If this opportunity just came way too close for him, he's definitely got some potential there, but he's clearly not dealt with a team that are not pulling their weight and are having a playoff hangover. I think if he inherits a good team, and I feel like he's like one of those managers that if you gave them more time, they would start to warm to him. But when you've got a ruthless league like the Championship, it's very difficult to simply write games off, and it does feel like to me that Huddersfield have done that, not by the manager but by the players, and that attitude really does need to change. Bramall tries to get ahead. Who is that? Show me the number. Who is that? I think it may have been Connolly. He tries to get ahead of him there, but a brilliant tackle by the defender there. No, it was Gabriel, sorry. It was Gabriel. Good battle between Bramall and Gabriel there. Charlie's going to ask me something. I don't know whether to be excited or nervous. Do I see Ilias Chair being a Premiership quality by this time in 4 to 5 years? I'm not sure. Could have been a half chance for Rotherham there. Very dangerous ball, but missed by everyone, unfortunately. If Ilias Chair gets a season where he has double figures in goals and assists, I think he'll get a good chance. So still no goals in the Championship right now. It should be second half of the Champions League games by now. Yeah, only a couple of minutes in the second half there. Rangers 0, Napoli 0, Chelsea 0, Salzburg. Oh, hang on. No, Chelsea must be winning then, because we're second now. We've got a goal, our first goal under Graham Potter. Get in, right. Sterling scores. Nice. That's what we want to see. Come on, you boys. That's what we want. This is a big result for us if we can get this. It would definitely make me feel a little bit more confident in this group stage at the moment here. So it is Sterling who scores. I don't know who got the assist. That's not coming up yet, but that's a really, really good result. We really need this. Any other goals? I might need to look very carefully here. Okay, still a draw between Madrid and Leipzig. Still all 4 draws there, and still all 4 draws there. So, apart from Chelsea and Sterling scoring, there's been no change in the Champions League. Reading, Sunderland have kicked off. West Brom, Birmingham still in their first half. They've been really heavily delayed by the traffic, and I feel sorry for the fans more than anything that they've had to wait all this time, to be honest. I'm really sorry, I was supposed to show capture there. I'll just quickly show capture for the Champions League. Chelsea have indeed scored. It is 1-0 to Chelsea. Raheem Sterling with the goal. No assist. It must have come off a Salzburg player, and Sterling must have got... look at that momentum there. Looking very one-sided, but I don't want to say much because right now anything could happen still. Still no other goals in the Championship. West Brom Birmingham finally half-time. 1-1 it's currently at in that game. And Rotherham Blackpool still 1-0 to Rotherham with 63 minutes in. Bramall's off, which I think will be a substitute that I'll see in a minute. And Tolaji Bola is going on the pitch there. So both teams have made one substitution. Blackpool having a bit more of a tap momentum because they're having a bit more of the ball as they try and search for this equaliser. But right now, I'm not really seeing them having a breakthrough, to be honest. Having small glimpses of chances, but nothing in the final third that's going to suggest that. And if anything, I'd see offside decision, and offside decision was given against them anyway. And even with Blackpool, I feel like they're more likely to concede a goal for the fact that they're playing out from the back, and Rotherham are almost fighting out for it. We've got a goal in the Championship. We've got 2 goals. Right. Okay. So one prediction is currently on and one prediction's gone. So Norwich and Bristol City are 3-1 up now. So Norwich has scored again. Josh Sargent, who's in my gaffer team, right, good. He's giving me points. But you might have just missed it as I was clicking on it. Coventry have now equalised. Gustavo Hamer, 61st minute. Panzo, unallowed field entering. How do you get a yellow card for that? That's intriguing. But anyway, Rose going out injured by the looks of things. Pans it on there. Gustavo Hamer makes it 2-2. Could Coventry sneak a win in this moment here? It means my prediction 2-1's not going to happen now. But honestly, I wouldn't mind. If it stays 3-1 Norwich and 1-0 Rotherham, I'd be happy with that, to be honest. That's 6 points, and I would more than take that. So sorry, guys. I keep forgetting to capture. So, I'll show this again. 3-1 to Norwich at the moment. It is Josh Sargent and Sarah with the assist there. The big money signing that they got there. And Luton Coventry, as I said, 2-2. Hamer with the goal. There's still no say on the assist. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it wasn't an assist. Maybe it came off a Luton player. Why is Ben Bloom helping Alice? Well, that's a correct prediction for me. Oh, Charlie, what are you doing to me? Why are you mean? Coventry level. Well, yeah. There is another goal in the Championship. Yeah, I know. Coventry now 2-2. It is very interesting now. If Coventry do sneak a win, all those concerns, I almost feel like maybe papered over cracks slightly still. Defensively, a lot of work to do. But then it does goes to show that the attacking elements of Coventry that make them really good are still there. Coventry level, yeah. I think I've caught up with all of the goals there. Have I caught up with Champions League? Still 0-0 with Rangers and Napoli. I can see that in the table as well. Still 1-0 Chelsea there. Oh, I'm not comfortable with a 1-0 lead. I'm never comfortable with a 1-0 lead when it comes to Chelsea. But yeah, we've caught up with every single goal. 66 minutes in with this game between Rotherham and Blackpool. Still 1-0 to the home side. Throw in now for Rotherham in their half of the pitch there. Blues and West Brom about to get back underway. Good. Because I feel sorry for the fans who are going to have a very, very late arrival back home. Had it been a 7:45 kickoff, it wouldn't be so bad that there was traffic delays. But why did it have to be a live game? You know, West Brom Birmingham doesn't roll and suggest that it's going to be a really entertaining game. I'll tell you what would be really incredibly nice right now. A Millwall goal. Because that'll be 3 credit scores currently. But as I said, there's 20 minutes still plus for any goals to go in any of these games. I could still end up with 0 points, which would be very realistic for me right now in terms of how poor my predictions have went yesterday. Still 1-0. Charlie's just said Jude Bellingham has scored. He has scored! Okay, this is a big result at the moment. So Man City are 1-0 down to Borussia Dortmund. Jude Bellingham, who was linked with Manchester United quite recently, is definitely making a good name of himself here, scoring in this game 1-0 to the black and yellow. Team Wiz Khalifa himself has managed to score against Oilchester City here. Now that puts Dortmund top of their group and Man City dropping a place to second place, as you can see from here. Now that makes things quite interesting there. Okay, Corbinu on the right-hand side, trying to... Oh, but it's good defending by the looks of things. Gabriel wins it back. We could have a chance for Blackpool here. Patino, who's on the pitch. I didn't actually notice he was on the pitch. Patino is actually on as a sub. Right, now Rotherham on the attack. So yeah, he's on for Callum Connolly. Completely didn't notice that. They're not showing the cameras to substitutions, which is why I'm not seeing them. And there's no graphics as well. So sorry guys if I'm not talking about substitutions, but they're not showing any graphics for subs. I don't know why. I have talked about Dortmund's goal already. So we're entering now the 70th minute. Still 1-0 to the home team. Whilst Blackpool have not been able to have many chances, they have at times looked quite dangerous going wide, but Rotherham have defended very well. They have run a lot off the ball, and because of this, they're being rewarded right now with these 3 points at the moment. And to remind you guys again to where Rotherham will be following this. Now, actually, their position has changed a bit following other results. So, they were 7th, but now they're 9th because QPR and Sunderland are both winning. And of course, Bristol City have also dropped down a couple of places as well for the fact that Norwich are winning. Reading actually dropped down a little bit as well, following the fact that they are currently losing to Sunderland at the moment there. Norwich with a win on 19 points. Very close behind Sheffield United, but only 1 point short. Blackpool up to 14th now as it stands, so definitely not falling as far down as they were. Luton with that draw currently 18th. Millwall 19th. Birmingham 21st. Coventry with 2 points as it stands. But right now, is it going to stay that way at the end of the game? I don't think it will. I think we will get more goals coming in. Not going to necessarily predict what games, but I think we'll get more goals. Cross comes in. It's not cleared. Could be a chance for Rotherham here. Oh, we kind of lost the chance here. Harding. Headed away by Thompson there. Great work off the ball there. Lavery. Oh, is he offside? I think he was offside. Jerry Yates was offside. Oh, that's not a nice thing to say to Bianca Westwood, Charlie. But it looks like we've got some goals in the Champions League to talk about. So, let's get the capture going. Oh, no. So, Rangers, Napoli. Rangers down to 10 men. James Sands. How do you get 2 yellow cards in 2 minutes? Looks like they conceded a penalty. Zielinski with the save, but Matteo Politano with the equaliser. Not the equaliser, the opening goal. And Napoli with 1-0 up. It means Rangers currently 0 points as it stands. I don't think that was the only goal. So still 1-0 Chelsea there. Still Real Madrid 0, Leipzig 0. Cross coming in. Oh, was! My God, how's that not gone in? How's it not 2-0 Rotherham? Incredible. Oh, and that's definitely going to be a free kick to Blackpool there. Yellow card. Oh, my God. I don't know how Ben Wiles has not scored that. Brilliant technique with the strike, but it comes off the underside of the post. Incredible. Benfica have scored. That was the other goal. 2-1 Benfica. Incredible. So they completely turned this around. David Neres makes it 2-1. And Juventus still under so much pressure as it seems. It looks like their poor league form is leaking into the Champions League. That's why Charlie said that. Oh, great. Well, okay. That's my 1-1 prediction gone. So it's 2-0 to QPR. Stefan Johansson with a goal and an assist for Ilias Chair as well. 2 assists for Ilias Chair there. It's a shame I've only got Chris Willock on my team. I don't think I've got Ilias Chair on my team, which is a shame. Anyway, apart from that, there's still no other goals in this game. But yeah, it is 2-0 QPR. Game over in terms of getting a correct score in that game for me and for Charlie by the looks of things. Pen being retaken? No way. Wait, hang on. We might need to go back to Oh my God. What a bit of drama this is. So, it was 1-0 to Napoli. Clearly, players must have ran into the box to get the goal after the save. The penalty was taken again. And the penalty was a miss. Absolutely incredible. VAR disallows that goal from Napoli entirely. They are now Napoli to take another chance. And they miss again. 2 penalty misses. Following from 2 yellow cards in 2 minutes there. Incredible. Look how back and forth the attack momentum's been as well. It must have been a really good game to watch, actually. I'm really sad that I've not been able to watch this game live. But yeah. So, we've got to reverse back from that. It's still 0-0 at Ibrox. Incredible. Oh, header for Blackpool, but it's hitting the roof of the net. I think the Coventry game will stay 2-2 maybe. I don't want to jinx it. Oh, I tell you what, it's feeling quite tense now. You know, that equaliser goal. We've already had 2 goals from each team. You know, being a little bit quieter now in terms of these games. If it's 3-2 to Luton, I'm going to be pissed because I was this close to predicting 3-2 to Luton, but changed my mind really. But I'll be pleased for Coventry if they can get a result here. Incredible. What an incredible moment that was for Rangers in the Champions League. We are officially 15 minutes left of this game. Still 1-0 to Rotherham right now. Definitely a bit of time wasting going on there, because literally when I didn't speak, it's just Johansson just staring at the ball. It's about consistency, Dalraj, and really, you know, I can see that you can score goals. Excuse me, but it really, really is down to consistency, and if you're not going to consistency, then you're going to have problems, aren't you? And it's the problem is, and I feel like the players have got this as well, if they dwell too much on the past, they're going to really, really struggle to pick themselves up when they need it. Charlie really wants Luton to push for a winner. Don't encourage it. Right now, it'll be incredible to see either one of those teams. You know, a 5-goal thriller is always fun. Is always fun. Oh, come on, Bristol City. Why'd you have to do this to me? Well, that's my 3 points gone from that game. So, Bristol City make it 3-2, apparently, according to what I've heard. Yes, it is indeed 3-2. Just, what? Okay. You know what? Ironically enough, the game I'm watching is the only game that's currently a 3-pointer at the moment. God, I nearly smashed my mouse doing that. It is 3-2, and it's Semenyo who's been substituted onto the pitch, on for Sykes, actually. Semenyo, who's not really played too many minutes by lots of things, and by the attack momentum, you dare say that Bristol City have deserved something from this game. So, in a weird way, I'm almost not as mad now, because it does look like the Bristol City have earned this currently. But they do need to score one more goal, Bristol City, to potentially get something. It's 3-2 to them, 3-2 to Norwich at the moment, based on how clinical they've been. Got a lot of goals in this today, actually. You know, we didn't get too many goals in the Championship yesterday, but definitely seen a lot more goals today, which is very, very nice. Still 1-0 Dortmund, actually. That would be a big result for Dortmund if they can get that against Man City. I think we did have an injury problem there, so it looks like we are going to get a bit of stoppage time, therefore. Thanks for everyone here. I've actually not plugged the channel for quite some time. If you guys have not liked the stream yet, guys, please do smash that like button. We're on 25 likes, so we're 5 likes away, guys, from 30 likes, which is our target. So, guys, if you've not hit the like button, please do so. It does really help the growth of this channel when you do that. That really, really does help the growth of this channel there. In terms of subs, we've not gained a sub. We're still 1453. 1455 would be, I would take right now. It'll be a really, really good achievement for this channel. So every time you subscribe, it'll be one step closer to reaching 2,000 subs and closer to seeing me beardless. So guys, if you want to see me without a beard, do make sure you do hit the subscribe button. Apparently we do have a Champions League goal. We do indeed, because I can see the changes in the table. So we're just praising the heroics of Rangers, but currently it's 0-0. Apparently, no, it's still a draw, apparently. 1-0 Chelsea still, 0-0, 1-0, 0-0, 1-1, 2-1. Okay, no goals so far. Still 3-2 there, still 2-2 in that game there. A lot of these games holding on by a knife thread. I mean, points now, we're looking at 3 for Rotherham and one fair. So 5 points, which 6 points is really pathetic. It's really bad. I don't even know what I need. It's impossible for me to get any other 3-pointers, to be honest. A Luton goal will make it 6 points from this game week, but it doesn't really help. I love how the only prediction I might have correct is the most random one, aka Sunderland. Shouldn't have said that, but well, we'll find out. Charlie, it sounds like both you and I have got one correct spot on results so far, so we're all just kind of hoping that it stays that way. Ironically enough, the one correct score for me is the game I'm watching live, really, which I'm not going to say it, you know, because right now Rotherham looking really good. This could be a good moment for them there. So they've won a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. Yellow card being awarded. Probably a little bit fortunate in the way that there wasn't anything over yellow, to be honest, because it was certainly the last man. A good bit of skill by Obene. God, I got a buzz on my phone. I was really scared it was Chelsea for a minute there. Kind of hope Bristol get the equaliser. Well, did you predict a draw? I mean, it would be great drama if Bristol City get an equaliser there. It really does show that Bristol City are up for it this season, and it goes to show that Norwich maybe not as invincible as we think. I know they're not invincible in terms of not losing the game, but right now, with their winning streak, they are looking unstoppable. Well, of course you predicted a draw, right? Well, that's why you want an equaliser then. I'm currently clutching at straws with, points. So right now, I need Norwich to stay winning this game. Napoli apparently have another penalty. What's going on with this game? Barisic with a yellow card. It seems like Rangers can't defend by the sounds of things. So the free kick I think is going to be taken by Barlaser. Oh! Wales a goal. And no correct points, no correct scores for me. It's 2-0 Rotherham. And just like that, that is my predictions league going down the drain, really. It's a handball, which caused the penalty there. Well, it was a great free kick. I can't lie. It was a great free kick. Blackpool kind of running around like headless chickens there. They don't defend it well. A very routine training ground goal, I'd call that. And it's Wes Harding, who I've really praised throughout this whole game. It was actually Bowler who managed to get the assist, who was substituted on. Georgie Kelly was on for Washington as well. Scott High on for Rathbone. Wes Harding scores to make it 2-0 to Rotherham there. And yeah, I've had a very awful midweek of predictions. Need to up my game in the next couple of minutes. Sunderland scored, Charlie. We've both been shafted within like a minute. So both Rotherham and Sunderland, who we were both literally begging to keep their shape, but Sunderland score again. It's 3-0 and Reading will lose their first home game of the season. Jack Clark. Oh, and it's 3. Oh, offside. Offside for Rotherham. They thought they had a third, but it is offside given against Rotherham. So it's still 2-0 to the Millers. Jack Clark, former Leeds player, scores for Sunderland to make it 3-0. And yeah, Charlie, what can I say? We've just had a terrible time well, you didn't have a terrible time yesterday, but today we've had a very unlucky time of predicting by the looks of things there. So just like that, it feels fair in a way that we're both screwed rather than just one or the other being screwed. Of course, it's Jack Clark. Yeah, I know. Luton versus Coventry has gone quiet. Yeah, it has. Almost too quiet in a way. Is it potentially Coventry trying to, quieten the game? Or is it Luton making sure that they try and hold out for a draw? I'm relying on Birmingham to score. Well, right now, a draw will give me 1 point. But I'm clutching at straws with just getting as many points as I can at this point. Good play in the left-hand side from Rotherham there. I tell you what, Rotherham have looked very dangerous. Bowler with the cross, and it is collected by the goalkeeper there. Do you have an app for your predictions or just among yourselves? We just predict it among ourselves. If there was an app for predictions, chance, rebound, goal! 3-0, game over. Rotherham have had a really good win today. And I tell you what, to score 3 in the way that they did, to now score 3, and I tell you what, Rotherham scoring 2 goals near the end of the game. One of the things I was very critical for Rotherham, lacking that intensity throughout the whole game. They've shown it today. And I'm really proud of them for that. Because this is literally what I've been asking Rotherham to do. For you literally just observing them quietly. Now I've seen them live not in the flesh, But now I've seen them live, officially streaming. They've shown me exactly what they needed to do. So basically, in short, it was a shot from distance, saved by Grimshaw. Wasn't the strongest of saves, but ultimately Rotherham just ran for the ball, and it was Georgie Kelly who's on as a substitute on for Connor Washington. I don't know who it was, but some viewer told me to watch out for Georgie Kelly because he's a really special player. I believe did he score in his debut against Gillingham in League One as well? I think that was the stat that I was told that Georgie Kelly did. It's 3-0 now. Well, I know that. It's because I'm behind. You're blaming me. You're blaming me for the midweek havoc. A big claim for a penalty for Luton Clark's shot is blocked by McFadden. What? By handball? Like, why would a penalty be given with a block? Right, well, they need to update SofaScore by the looks of things there. I don't know why they've not updated the Sunderland game either. But, yeah, right now, it is 3-0 Rotherham. It is 3-0 Sunderland as well. I wish there was an app to do predictions, honestly. I'm sure there's a really good way to develop a system for everyone to do their predictions, which would just make things so much easier for me. How would you expect Coventry to do against Birmingham? Now, that's a question and a half. Charlie celebrating a Birmingham goal. So Birmingham just scored against West Brom by the looks of things. So Coventry against Birmingham right now. I mean, if it's at home, which I believe it is at the CBS, I would probably predict a draw at the moment, to be honest, and that's probably being a bit generous. If Coventry can get something here, it can prove that they can score away from home. And honestly, right now, I feel like Birmingham, now with their good run of form, they're now starting to get a bit more confidence. So Coventry need to, if they attack the game and they approach it with a bit of confidence, I think they could get something. But if they stay unconfident, Birmingham will pounce on it. Against Middlesbrough, I honestly have no idea anymore, to be honest. It is 2-1 Birmingham, just to confirm. Although there is a long way still in that game. We've got 35 minutes plus stoppage time left of that game following the delayed kickoff due to traffic. I'm probably not going to stay on streaming that, to be honest. I think it's going to be way too late at this time. And of course, I've got to make my predictions as well for the Championship Match Day 11 games. Scott Hogan does score, and it must have been from a touch from West Brom, because there's no assist coming from there. Birmingham, with that win, puts Swansea back in the bottom three, and they go up to 14th. That's a huge jump for Birmingham if they can get a win here. These are the current score lines. 3-0 still to Rotherham. Still 2-2 to Luton and Coventry in the 89th minute. QPR looking like they've got a good win against Millwall. Millwall having a bad start to the season. 3-2 still to Norwich, but Bristol City, if they get something here, that would be a really good result for them. 2-1 to Birmingham there, and Reading 0, Sunderland 3. Reading with their first home defeat of the season. Charlie Brown is preaching on Scott Hogan. Would you take him at Leeds right now? Probably not, but he's definitely, you're definitely liking what he's doing in terms of contributing to your predictions. We're in the 89th minute now. I think watching the red button is a delayed stream, so potentially I would have missed. A certain amount of things right now in terms of that there. Right, I just got a buzz on my phone. That's normally either a good or a really bad sign. Oh, well, I know what it is because I didn't want to see it, but it's just popped up on my watch. For goodness sake. Just send us out of the Champions League. Just send us out of the Champions League. I cannot be bothered. It's 0-1 against us and Salzburg. Look at this. So literally they've not really been in the game at all. And they have this sudden attack spike. And that's their goal. So bloody typical of us as well. 71% possession. 29%. This is pathetic. I'm sorry. 1 shot on target to their 3. 3 minutes of added time, by the way, with Rotherham Blackpool. 29% of the ball. 4 shots, 3 on target. Clearly, their target has been to counter us, and they've won. They've won. It's worked. They've got an equaliser now, which is really the worst time to do it. Okafor scores with Adamu, who I do know. If you know, you know. My God, that's actually more hurtful, knowing Adamu actually got an assist. If you know, you know, is all I'll say. Napoli have indeed scored against Rangers there. Politano scoring the penalty. So he finally scores for the 3rd time of asking, and it's 1-0 Rangers. Real Madrid have scored against Leipzig. Valverde just now scores for Real Madrid. Leipzig now bottom of their group. Still 1-0 Dortmund. PSG have now retaken the lead against Maccabi Haifa. Mbappe and Messi combining again. It's been those two causing havoc, which you would expect. Juventus, however, really struggling. Still losing 2-1 to Benfica. This is not a good sight. I don't want to see us bottom of the table. And I mean it in a way. In a way, I think it's actually better for Chelsea not to compete Champions League. I don't want to see it. I really don't. I can't be bothered anymore. No pen. Thanks, Charlie. Thanks for that. Does really help. You know what? After this game, I think I'm going to end the stream. I feel like I'm just a jinx constantly. So, we're in the final minute of this game between Rotherham and Blackpool. My predictions league's in crap. Chelsea are crap. Everything is crap. That's all I can say. And just to even rub even more salt into the wound. Just to even rub more salt in this really sensitive wound I've got. Man City have equalised. John Stones. Bloody hell. John Stones with the goal. And yeah, I'm now really upset now. I really am. Man City were losing, Chelsea were winning, life was good, and then now it's just completely gone full circle. Looks like we're going to get... No, okay, so it's finished full time. 2-2 between Luton and Coventry. Their 2nd point of the season for Coventry. It ends their losing run, but they've really got to get a result. It is now full time at the New York Stadium. 3-0 to Rotherham full time. It has been an awful day for predictions. Charlie could have something settled or salvaged if Birmingham stayed 2-1 up against West Brom. But yeah, what I'll do, this will be full time. We'll go through stats, go through the current scores, and that will be it, because I've got to leave early to do and record my score predictions, which I've not made yet, so I've got to make them literally right after this now. So, let's go through all the results as of now. Luton 2, Coventry 2, Rotherham 3, Blackpool 1. Bristol City still 3-2 down against Norwich, 3-0 to Sunderland still 2-1 Birmingham, and still 2-0 QPR against Millwall. Don't be Millwall. Couldn't get anything there. I know they scored 2 late goals before in stoppage time, but I don't think they're going to do it again personally. Let's see what the stats are for Rotherham and Blackpool. Not one-sided, but I think they've deserved it by the looks of things. Rotherham actually edged them in possession, which surprised me a little bit. You can see in the second half, Blackpool had a lot more of the ball, but 0 shots on target, which is not encouraging. They only had 1 shot on target in the entire game. And Rotherham had their 4, and 3 of them were goals. 5 corner kicks to 4, 3 offsides to 2, 9 fouls to 8. 2 big chances missed for Rotherham. Yeah, that's right. I mean, they had 2 in like the opening couple of minutes of the game. You may see here Rotherham up to 9th, Blackpool down to 16th, and it doesn't really help their goal difference there, I won't lie. Let's look at the other results, and that will be this stream concluded. If I can find them, where are the games? So, Still, the only full time in the 7:45, sorry, are Rotherham Blackpool 3-0 and Luton Coventry 2-2. Still playing between Mill and QPR, but I'd expect QPR to win that now. Still 3-2 Norwich, and they're still playing in that game somehow. 63rd minute, still 2-1 Birmingham. Still 3-0 Sunderland with the 82nd minute. It is full time at Carrow Road. Norwich do hang on for that all-important 3 points now. So I could potentially go now, actually, because I was waiting for that game in particular to finish, just so make sure I don't miss a bit of a last-minute drama there. In terms of Champions League, I don't want to remind this, but I'll show it. 1-0 Napoli. 1-1 because Chelsea can't bloody take their chances ever anymore. I'm so frustrated with our attacking players. 1-0 Real Madrid. 1-1 now between Man City and Dortmund. 0-0 with Copenhagen and Sevilla. 2-1 PSG, and Benfica still 2-1 up against Juventus. I've shown you guys the table, and I think I've actually shown you guys everything, actually. Full-time at Luton Coventry, yeah. Give us a wave. No, I'm not in the mood for that. I'm so sorry. How have we done with likes today? We're still on 25. Guys, if 5 of you can like this video, that'd be amazing if we can. We're 5 likes away from the target of 30 likes. If we can, smash the like button if you're not done so. It does tremendously help the channel. If you've not hit the subscribe button, please also subscribe as well. We're on 1,453. So guys, if you've not hit that subscribe button, please also do that as well. It also really helps the growth of this channel as well. But I gotta say, I think that's everything covered for today. I'm gonna go and start making my predictions. I'm so upset with Chelsea. I actually didn't mind, this whole losing points in the predictions. I wanted Chelsea to really have a good start, and at the moment, it's looking like it's not going to be that way. City 2-1, great. Luton, robbed of a Stonewall pen. I've got to watch highlights about that. It looks like Darosh doesn't agree. Right, I'll leave that between you two guys. Okay, so guys, if you've not liked the stream yet, guys, please do like the stream. It really does help the growth of the channel if you've not done that already. Charlie, thanks for the donation. That really does help the channel. Really appreciate that. Charlie, you've been a legend tonight. Thank you so much. Still 1453 subs. Thank you, guys, for subscribing anyway. But we're still trying to push to 2,000. So, guys, if you're not hit the subscribe button, please do so. And, guys, if you haven't done so, please share the channel too. That also really helps too. I think that's it for me. You'll see me tomorrow, guys, predicting the Championship match day 11. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary if you saw the end of the stream. As always, I'll see you guys soon. It has ended. Rotherham 3, Blackpool 0. Rotherham reaching new heights in 9th. Blackpool may have to look below themselves. They could be dragged in a relegation battle. I'll see you guys soon, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with my predictions. So take care, everyone. See you guys soon.